Hi, everyone. All right, I'm just setting up the raffle. So as you guys come in, that is what I am doing. All right, we've got someone here. Feel free to say hello. I'd love to know who it is. I'll start by saying hello in the chat. Okay. All right, let me just go through all the names for the raffle. Hello. Whoever's here, feel free to say hi in the chat just so I know who it is. Yeah. I'm just making our raffle here. Hi, everyone. All right. Got a couple more people to put in the raffle here. All right, we'll just wait a couple more minutes before we get started, like usual. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. All right, putting you in here as well, Jen. Got everyone in the raffle now. All right, just making sure I'm not missing anybody who's been participating. All right, we've got a good group of people here. This is for later. All right, I'm excited. Hope you guys are excited. All right, just wait a couple more minutes. Just hang tight. If you don't already have a paper and pen, get a paper and pen for this one because we're going to do math, which I know sounds not fun, but it's really fun when you realize it's about losing weight. And make sure you have some sort of calculator, even if it's your phone calculator, whatever you got, but just something that you can do an actual equation with. All right. And just type in the comments and let me know that you have a calculator handy. So I want to make sure everyone is doing these calculations. Also, I do have a wine because today was a hard day. All right. All right, well, I'm going to get started pretty quick here. Just waiting just one more minute. For anyone who isn't in Cold Lake right now, it's kind of funny because it's minus 25, and I said to my coworkers, man, it feels warm. And it really does feel warm compared to minus 40. Hilarious that somehow we've acclimatized ourselves that minus 25 feels warm because, man, it's been a cold week. All right, guys, getting ready to get started here. All right. If you're here and you're watching, just put something in a comment. I know Jen said hello, but I can see that there's some other people here. I just want to know who I'm with. And also, like I've said 100 times, with YouTube, make sure you're as updated onto the stream as possible, because when it's a live video, sometimes the lag can get bad if you're not all the way to the beginning or to the most recent part of the stream. Oh, okay. Long day. Another day of 1,000 calls. Oh, yes, gotta stretch it out. That working at that desk job, gets you stiff. All right, ladies. All right, I'm going to get started on our presentation. And as you come in, feel free to type in the chat whenever. Okay, so today is the last day of our boot camp. I can't believe how fast it's gone. Thank you guys all so much for being here every day with me. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, let me just get all of my notes set up here. Alrighty. Almost ready. Almost ready. All right. So again, if you don't already have a calculator and a piece of paper and pen, go get one. We are going to be writing today. Please, please, please go get one. All right. So it's been a long week of calls, and we've gone through lots of different topics. The biggest lie in fitness, how to stop failing, picking out your exact goal body, the first steps to massive success. And now here is the bread and butter, losing 20 pounds in 12 weeks, right? Who doesn't want that? You can type a hell yeah in the chat if you would like to lose 20 pounds. Because I would also. I feel like 20 pounds is the amount of weight I would be very down to lose right now, especially after that Christmas break. There was a lot of cheese. There was a lot of bread. It was perfect. All right, so as I have said, all week there will be a winner at the end of the week. Today is the day. We're going to raffle draw a winner for a program. Okay, it's a $1,500 value that I'm giving away for free to someone who's been actively pursuing these calls and in the group all the time. So thank you to everyone who has been active in the group. And one of you guys are going to win. I can't wait. Okay, so today, all right, we've got 5 people watching. Hi. Okay, there we go. Janice says hi. Make sure you're up to date on the stream so that you're not too far behind. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for saying hello. It's always nice to know who's watching with me, who's with me today. Ashley says, hey. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for saying hello. Nice to see you. I hope you're having a lovely day. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks or less. All right, we're going to get really sciencey, really math, get down to the nitty gritty of it. So, as I've said before, I really like to study and create programs directly based on the data that I'm collecting from all of my clients, right? And one thing that I have collected from, the majority of my clients is that most people that I work with have been struggling with diet and exercise for years, if not their entire life, okay? Most of the ladies I work with aren't looking to just lose 5 or 10 pounds or aren't looking to just tone up. I usually work specifically with women who struggle with overeating, possibly binge eating or emotional eating, and have been doing so for 5 to 10 years, usually, okay? So most women that I work with are looking to lose somewhere between 30 to 80 pounds of body fat to get to a healthier place and just live a little bit more comfortably in their body. So why I want to work and focus on that first 20 pounds is because the first 20 pounds is really what gives us momentum to keep going and to keep working and to keep pushing forward, right? It's such a fun benchmark to hit. It's such a milestone, such an accomplishment, right? And it really drives us and pushes us to pursue more once we've seen that 20 pounds go down. Once we see 20 pounds go down, we're like, damn, like I can do this, right? And I would say even at 10 pounds, we're still feeling pretty good, but 20 pounds is really like a significant benchmark for most women in my practice. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about how to make this real. All right. So the first thing you need to understand when wanting to lose weight is caloric deficit. If you've worked with me before, you've probably heard about caloric deficit. But what that means is spending more energy in a day through movement than you take in with food. All right. And this is exactly how weight loss occurs, no matter what. There is really no possible other way to lose body fat. All right. No matter what any other person is telling you, if you go down to biology, down to the science, caloric deficit is how body fat is lost. That's it. So if we increase our exercise and we're burning more through exercise and we're eating less through food, we create a bigger caloric deficit, and that allows us more and more weight loss. All right. So whether you're eating salads, you're doing Weight Watchers, you're drinking shakes, you're doing keto, you're fasting, whatever anyone has told you, whatever fad diet you've been sold, it's always at the end of the day caloric deficit. Okay. There's some tricky things that, these companies like to try and pretend that they're doing, but there is no magical pill. There is no magical diet. It always, 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 always is caloric deficit. Okay. So caloric deficit sounds simple, and it is simple. It's really simple, but I want you to look a little bit closer at what it is and what it isn't so that we do it correctly and so that we don't hurt our body. Okay, so you may be thinking, perfect. Eat less, work out more. Just eat as little as possible, exercise as much as I can, and I'm going to lose weight as fast as possible. And that's where we're a little bit wrong. So if you do not give your body enough food, it will turn against you and backfire really hard. And I'm sure a lot of you have actually done this to your bodies, because some of the diets out there that women are prescribed or told to do through the internet, through Pinterest, things like that, like really hurt your metabolism. And I, for the life of me, don't understand why anyone is telling anyone to do this. But definitely starving yourself actually is not the fastest way to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, you do actually have to eat. You cannot starve yourself. Your body will slow down and stop burning fuel if you're not giving it any food. So remember from earlier in the week, your brain is designed to keep you safe. So if you fuck with your body's safety, I promise you, your brain will go into defense mode and not let you lose weight, because your body is not designed to lose weight. It is designed to keep you safe. So I'm telling you, if you attack your body by not giving it enough sustenance, it will backfire. All right. So what I'm saying with this is we do need to be in a caloric deficit, but we can't be in too much of one. We can't just eat no food and expect results. All right. Okay. So the $1 million question is, how do we know how much to eat? Tell me in the chat, have you ever been confused of what to eat, how much to eat, when to eat it? Ursula says, I finally got on. I'm sorry you had any trouble getting on, Ursula. We haven't got too far yet. I did wait a little bit, so I'm so glad you're here. But tell me in the chat, have you ever been super confused of what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat? I know I have, that's for sure. All right. I know the lag is rough, so I'm going to keep going, but as I see your stuff come in, I will answer it. Okay. So, you know, the first thing I talked about was caloric deficit, meaning spending more energy than we're taking in, and that's how we're going to lose body fat, right? So, knowing how much to eat first comes from something called maintenance calories. Janet says, yes, she has definitely felt confused of what to eat, how much to eat, when to eat, right? We've all felt that. We've all turned to the internet. We've all gone to Pinterest. We've all gone to Google and said, what do I eat? How much? How do I lose weight, right? And sometimes we get some really stupid answers, as I love to talk about. But one thing I want you to write down on your paper and pen, if you don't have one, please go get one now, because I'm going to ask you to write a lot of things down today, because we're actually going to do like math and science here. I don't know if my shirt looks weird in this stream or not, but in my screen it looks like I'm like a hologram or something. Ashley says, I tried Jenny Craig once and they really confused me because they were telling me to have no more than 1,200 calories, and I thought that was very little. Yeah, that is very, very, very little. And I'll explain a little bit of why Jenny Craig told you to do that. So if you remember yesterday when I said in that first 6 months, your body is really susceptible to change and you can lose weight and gain muscle at the same time. When you are brand new to dieting and you do something like 1,200 calories right away, your body is going to freak out and it's going to lose a bunch of weight really quickly, but it will not keep doing that. So why Jenny Craig told you to do that is to do like a really intense, quick weight loss so that you think that their program works. And when it doesn't work a second time, you're going to keep paying them to chase the high of that first weight loss. So what they did was make more money off of you by telling you to do a diet that was inappropriate, but that was going to build trust from you, thinking that you were going to lose a lot of weight. Okay. So unfortunately, A lot of these big companies are, I don't know, I don't want to say manipulating you, but they are focused on their income more than on your results. All right. And they want you to be dependent on their solution. And they're going to find a way to make sure that you feel dependent on their solution, unfortunately. But some people are successful and some people lose lots of weight and some people, live healthy lives on these programs. So I'm not saying that they're awful. I'm just saying that they are there to make money first. Okay, your fat loss, your health is second. Tell me, guys, in the chat, have you guys ever tried any diets like that? Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, keto. Like, have you guys been, people who have tried diets like this? And tell me which one you have tried. I'm almost on my line here. All right, I know the leg's a little bit bad today, but I'll keep going and I will answer them as they come in. Okay, so on your paper today, I want you to write maintenance calories. And what maintenance calories is the amount of calories you need to eat to stay exactly the same as you are right now. All right, it is maintaining your exact size right now. And knowing maintenance calories is the first step to be able to change so that we can go higher or lower. Ursula says she's tried Weight Watchers. Yes. And I would say one good thing about Weight Watchers is they really understand like macronutrients, how many calories you need, and different portions, carbs, fats, that kind of thing. The only thing that I don't love about Weight Watchers is they teach you a point system instead of a calories and macro system. So without the points, it's really hard to know how much to eat because you're eating and you're learning based on their point system. So you always need them when you're trying to lose weight. You need to go back to the points, right? So that's the only thing I don't love. Again, it kind of shows you how they're trying to make money is by not teaching you the calories and macros, but teaching you the points that you keep coming back and paying them. Anyway, I'm going to keep moving. So maintenance calories often are a lot higher than people think. When I tell them what their maintenance calories are, they're like, no way, I don't eat that many calories in a day. And first of all, yes, you are eating that many calories in a day. People have no idea how many calories they're consuming in a day. And they think they do. And they will go on their MyFitnessPal and they will track away their calories incorrectly. When you go to MyFitnessPal and you track food and you go to say, I've had a chicken breast. How do you know how big of a chicken breast you ate? So you go for like, oh, I've had like a medium chicken breast, or 5 ounces sounds good. All right, I had, Caesar salad. It was probably about 2 tablespoons of dressing. It wasn't. And all those teeny tiny miscalculations add up to a completely wrong number. Completely wrong. All right. And often we miss the foods that we don't think of as foods, like a latte or like eating a piece of cheese standing up by the fridge or grabbing a half a chicken nugget off your kid's plate. Those are all calories and people aren't counting for them. Tell me in the chat, have you tried using MyFitnessPal as a fitness solution before? Because I know I certainly had for a long time. I was using that app for a very, very long time. All right, I'll give you guys a minute. So when we're finding our maintenance calories, often we need to take into consideration some extra factors like our height, our weight, our age, our gender, our activity level, right? So maintenance calories are the amount of calories you need when you're doing the same amount of activity every day, and it will be different for everyone. So someone in their 60s is a little bit different than someone in their 20s, different than someone who's 10 years old, different than someone who's 80 years old. Our bodies are always changing. And that maintenance number is going to change as we get older and as we grow, more muscle, that kind of thing. Ursula says, yes, and still do occasionally. So MyFitnessPal, there are some really good things to it. It can help you understand and learn more about food. can give you more awareness of yourself and how you're interacting with your food. But there is a lot of reasons why I really don't recommend MyFitnessPal. Ashley says, yes, the same things come up as different calories. Yes. And we always choose the one with the least calories. Obviously, we're like, oh, there's like 4 chicken breast options here. I'm going to choose the one that's like 120 calories instead of 350, because that's definitely more what I ate. Also, the big thing that I really don't like about MyFitnessPal is it really enforces the idea that you need to earn food through movement, which you do not. So what I mean by that is there's an equation at the top of the screen that says if you moved for, like, if you worked out for 30 minutes and you burn this many calories, well, now you have this many extra calories you get to eat. And while that is kind of scientific, kind of, even though it doesn't work that directly, it really fucks with your head. It makes you think, oh, well, I didn't move, so I shouldn't eat more. And you have this complex of like, oh, like I didn't work out, so, you know, I'm a bad person. Now I can't eat my snacks. And even if you're not consciously having those thoughts, you are subconsciously like digesting that idea. All right. Especially if you're using it all the time. All right. I'm going to move on and not talk so much about other diets. Okay. So to find our maintenance, I want you to take out your phone or take out your calculator, and I want you to type this in. All right. I want you to take your weight in pounds, and I want you to times it by 11. Okay. So I'm going to let you do that. And then I want you to add 400 to that number. Okay. And that is your maintenance calories. So I put, for example, I usually often weigh 190 times 190 by 11. That's 2,090 calories plus 400. So my maintenance calories, to stay exactly the same as I am, to not change at all, is 2,490 calories. All right. And just let me know in the chat when you've got that number. You don't have to tell me what the number is. Just put done. All right. Just so I know that we are all on the same page here. All right. All right. I'm going to move forward. So I want to, okay. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, you got it. Perfect. So if I want to lose weight, all right, Ursula's done too. Perfect. If I want to lose weight, I want to minus 300 to 500 calories off of that daily total. All right. But if you minus more than that, you are going to slow down your metabolism and you will not lose weight. Like, you will not lose weight properly. All right. You possibly may even gain weight. I don't know if you've ever heard people talk about, oh, you're under eating, you're not eating enough for fitness goals. This is a real thing. And like I said at the beginning, if you sabotage your diet, if you try not to eat at all, if you try not eat food, your body will fight back. Okay, so we can't ever make our number one goal to just eat less, just eat fruits, just eat vegetables. Your body will not lose weight. Okay, and I see this constantly from women who are really, really afraid of gaining weight, that they try just not to eat. It will not work in your favor. So I want you to think of your metabolism like a campfire. If you want a big flame, a hot flame, a big burning bright fire, you are going to put logs on periodically throughout the night to make that fire burn. If you don't add logs all night, if you just let that fire just burn down and burn down and burn down and become coals, it's not going to be bright. It's not going to be hot. It's not going to be like that beautiful campfire that you're after, right? It may stay alive. It'll take just enough energy to preserve its own little heat as a coal down there, but it's not burning bright. And then if all of a sudden you put a bunch of logs on that coal, it's not going to be a good campfire. And if it is, it's going to take hours to get back to that bright, hot burning. All right. Your metabolism is the same way. It is exactly the same. You need to put food in your body every few hours. to keep that fire burning, to keep it moving. All right. When we try to, lose weight and almost punish ourselves by not eating, so we're afraid that any food going in is going to make us fat, I need you to stop thinking that way, because it is actually doing the wrong thing. What you think is making you lose weight is not making you lose weight. Your body needs food. It needs fuel to burn fat. All right. I hope I'm driving this point home. Starving yourself will never make you lose fat properly. Okay. Because the thing is that if your body doesn't get enough nutrients and you're starving it, it won't eat your fat. It will eat your muscle, because your muscle is more nutrient dense to your body than your fat is. Okay. So your body will eat away at all of the muscle that you've created and make you look softer, not saggier, but like we call it skinny fat. I don't know what other word to use, where you are just feeling not tight, looser, because you're losing weight, but it's not coming from body fat. All right. And that's why bodybuilders and athletes eat so often and so much, is to make sure that their body is never eating their muscle. Okay. Did you guys know that before? Did you know that your body will eat your muscle instead of eat your body fat? Is that something that you knew before? Or this metabolism thing, did you know that your metabolism worked this way? I'm curious because I teach these lessons. I'm not always sure like who has heard these things before. I'm going to keep going, but as things come through, I'll answer them. Okay. So on that piece of paper that you have, the next thing I want you to write is calories for fat loss. Okay. So if you want to calculate how many calories you need to lose fat, Caitlin says she didn't. Okay, sweet. I'm glad I'm teaching you guys something new. I don't want to teach you guys a bunch of stuff that you already knew before. So I'm glad that I'm giving you some new information here. Okay, so if we're losing weight, oh, Janet says, not before you taught me this. Sweet. I'm so glad. I'm really glad I'm giving you guys new information. Really good. Okay, if we're losing fat, we need to take that maintenance calories number and we need to minus 300 to 500 from that to create that caloric deficit that we talked about at the beginning. So again, caloric deficit, eating less food than we're burning, is how we lose weight. Okay, at the end of the day, no matter what, that's how you lose weight. So maintenance minus 300 to 500 is your caloric deficit. So for my example again, my maintenance calories was 2,490. If I minus 500 calories from that, I need to eat 1,990 calories to lose weight. All right. So 1990 to about 2,200 is my caloric deficit range. And everyone's body is a little bit different. So again, these are general numbers. This isn't perfect science because again, our bodies are different, our ages are different, our metabolisms are different. But this is a really, really good base of where to start to understand this process. Okay. All right. So if you guys all have your fat loss calories written down, just type done in the chat so that I know that you guys have gotten both your maintenance and your fat loss calories. Okay. All right. So now the last number I want you guys to learn is how to eat for muscle gain. And I'm not saying for fat gain, for muscle gain, right? We're here for fitness. We want to get bigger, tighter, more toned bodies, right? All right, Ashley's done, Ursula's done. Perfect, perfect. So remember earlier in the week when I told you that you cannot lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. And a lot of you did not know that. And it's one of those things a lot of people in fitness like to keep hush-hush because it's not a fun thing to teach people. But I'm going to give it to you guys straight, always. No BS here, ever, ever, ever. You need to eat differently when you're trying to lose weight versus when you're trying to put muscle on. That was that bulking versus cutting cycles, okay? So if we want to gain muscle, instead of minusing that number for maintenance, I need to add to maintenance. So I want you to take that maintenance number again, and I want you to add 300 to 500 calories to that maintenance number. Your body cannot build muscle in a deficit. It cannot build in a deficit, especially after that first 6 months that we talked about. Okay. So when gaining muscle, you must also expect a little bit of fat gain as well. All right. We're never going to put on 100% muscle again, unless you're taking steroids or some kind of performance enhancing medication. Jen's done. Perfect. Okay. So we always want to be careful when planning to gain muscle to not be like in the fuck it overeating mode. So if we're gaining muscle, it's not just us saying, well, I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to eat takeout every day. I'm going to eat Subway 5 times a day because I'm trying to gain muscle. No, then you're going to gain body fat. Okay. So you need to be careful and you need to adhere to the diet almost as strictly, if not just as strictly, as when we're trying to lose weight if you want to gain muscle without putting on a lot of body fat. And I know that that can be hard, right? It's way easier to be focused and strict when losing than focused and strict when gaining. So usually people who are in a muscle gaining phase are a little bit more advanced and a little bit more practiced at fitness to be able to have that discipline to eat strictly and not lose weight, not have that satisfying result. Okay. And you eat more calories because your body needs the extra calories to repair your muscles and to repair your joints after lifting heavy and working really hard at the gym. Carbs are a vital part of muscle building. Vital. So anyone who's telling you to cut carbs and do fitness they have no idea what they're talking about, because you must have carbs to build muscle. Okay, you cannot do it without. So adding extra body weight during a build cycle will ensure that the muscles and the shape of your body does change. Okay. Then later, when you cut your calories down, you go back to that caloric deficit, you will have a better visual look than when you started before, because you'll have that muscle that you put on, and then you lose the body fat and you're living in a more fit body. So that's why we call it bulking and cutting. We get bigger and then we cut down and we still have all that muscle, but we can see a lot more of it. Okay, so, and just to recap from yesterday. So building cycles are usually designed for people who are under that 30% body fat range. Okay, so if you have ever worked with me, actually, before I go there, do you guys all have the number for muscle gaining? I want you to just one more time type in the chat, yes, I have my muscle gaining calorie range. So we're taking our maintenance and we're adding 300 to 500, and that is our calculation for muscle gaining calories. So once you have that, okay, Ashley's got it. Perfect. Okay. All right, just want to make sure, because I don't want to come through here and then you guys are like, oh man, what are the calories again? What should I be eating? So that's really one of the hardest questions of fitness is, what do I eat, right? Janet's got it. Perfect. Okay, cool. So if you've ever worked with me, Ursula's got it. Yes. All right, we're killing it tonight. So if you've ever worked with me, you have received one of these body composition analysis? All right, I don't know how to pluralize that word. Anyway, these forms are where I calculate all your calorie and macro targets. I give you all 3 scenarios so that you can better understand the different nutritional needs you have based on the different goals that you have. Okay. And I always include all of them because I want you to understand that there's a lot more options for what your body can do than just fat loss. Because everyone in the world is telling you about fat loss, and there's very few people who are explaining to you how to build muscle or how to stay the same. That is not a conversation us as women have very often. So I always want to include that as part of the knowledge I'm giving you. Okay, so I also include in these scenarios how far off you are from your goal and how many weeks I think it should take you to get to your goal based on losing 1 to 2 pounds a week or gaining half a pound to 1 pound a week. Okay, I give you this to help teach you and inform you about your body, and it is not ever so that you can fill in your MyFitnessPal and go back down a dark hole of food obsession. Once you start with me and once I start giving you these forms, I have like a no MyFitnessPal rule in my practice here. Anyway, if you do use MyFitnessPal, I won't kick you out, but I'll explain to you in detail personally why I think you shouldn't do it. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox again because I've just been very radicalized this week by all of the posts about detoxes and keto, and like I am like going crazy right now. This time of year is so hard for me to watch so many people go down these paths. Like it actually like breaks my heart in half. And yeah, I have to be very careful not to get too involved mentally. Okay, so let's do this. So 1 pound of body fat is 3,500 calories. Let me know in the chat if you knew that. So gaining a pound or losing a pound is 3,500 calories. All right. Most people don't ever tell you that because 3,500 calories, it is a lot of calories, especially if you're trying to lose it through food and especially if you're trying to lose it through exercise alone, right? So if you drop your calories by 500 each day, okay, so if you have your maintenance calories and you minus that 500, and every day for 7 days, you eat 500 calories less, you will lose 1 pound a week from dieting alone, okay? Because again, 3,500 calories is a pound of body fat. So if we minus 500 a day, we're losing 1 pound a week through diet alone. So on this method, you would get down 20 pounds in 20 weeks if you did nothing else but minus 500 calories from your day. Okay. If you started today, right now, and you did that 500 calories down, you would be 20 pounds down by May 27th. All right. Which is my birthday. Fun. Did you know 3,500 calories was a pound? Because man, the first time I heard that, I was like, that's wild. And then everything started clicking for me. I was like, damn, okay. 3,500 calories is a lot. All right. So if we now add 30 to 60 minutes of exercise a day, 5 to 6 times a week, you will be increasing your caloric deficit by approximately another 500 calories per day. Okay. One thing I want to put into perspective for you guys. I really want to put into perspective. When people think about losing fat, most women think cardio is the best possible way to lose body fat. And I really want to debunk this myth right away before you ever get started on fitness, because I don't want you sitting on a treadmill or sitting on an elliptical all day. So the average person who runs for 1 hour, 1 full hour, if you went for a run for 1 hour, you will maybe just probably burn less than 500 calories. If you run for an hour, okay, so if you're on the elliptical, if you're jogging on the treadmill, you are burning 500 calories an hour. If you lift weights and do some HIIT, so let's say you're doing some lunges, some burpees, some squats, some whatever, you're more likely going to burn 500 calories in 30 minutes. Okay, you're almost going to double the amount of calories you're burning if you're engaging your entire body. Okay, so like increasing the amount of muscles you use in an exercise is going to increase the amount of calories you're burning. So I will never say to you, sit on a cardio machine as the way to lose fat. It's part of it. It's part of the solution, but do not think it is the whole solution. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep going. So if you've added in the 30 to 60 minutes of exercise, 5 to 6 days a week, we're increasing the caloric deficit by 500 calories a day. So the combo of fitness and diet will now mean that you're losing 2 pounds of body fat per week. Okay, so we're taking what we are doing right now, the exact maintenance that we are right now. We're going to work out 30, let's say 45 minutes a day, and we're going to eat less, 500 calories less than we're eating a day. And you know what? 500 calories less isn't that hard if you do eat a lot of food. I don't mean a lot of food, but for example, if you cut out 1 latte a day, that's 500 calories. Okay, if you cut out 2 granola bars a day, that's 500 calories. If you cut out a bowl of chips, that's probably 700 calories. So there's lots of ways that we can get those calories down without massively changing our life. Okay, we don't have to just eat broccoli, just eat chicken, just eat salad. You can get down 500 calories pretty easily if you're having some snacks in your life normally. Okay, so the combination of diet and exercise, now you're going to be down 20 pounds in 10 weeks. So remember, the title of this video, how to lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks or less. So if you were doing this perfectly, every day you're working out, every day you're down 500 calories, you will lose 20 pounds in 10 weeks. But we're human and we're not going to be perfect. So that's why I like to give it that buffer, that 2-week buffer, right? That 4-pound buffer. So again, if you started today, April 16th, you would be down 20 pounds by June 25th. Now, oh my gosh, how did I put those numbers in there wrong? I don't even know how I just said April. Okay, my notes said weird numbers. Just kidding. Reverse. If you start on January 7th, you'll be down by March 18th. Yes, I don't know where those numbers came from. I am very tired. January 7th, March 18th. And March 18th really isn't that far away. So I want you to picture that by March 18th, you really could be down 20 pounds. Does that seem like a far time away from you, or does that seem pretty short? Because to me, March seems pretty short. June, I don't know what I was saying before. That seems far away. All right, I'm going to keep going. So keep in mind, anytime you're hoping to lose weight, remember this. It is average to lose 1 pound per week. Hard work and dedication will allow you to lose 2 pounds per week, but it is very normal when you're starting out to not be able to hit those 2-pound goals right away every week. Okay, so plan out your body fat goal based on 1 to 2 pounds per week and be realistic with the type of person you are and how hard you are willing to work at it. Because I get all types of people who come to me, right? Some people are so gung-ho. They're like, I got a wedding coming up and I want to work, and they work. Other people, more of those like Deborah the Drifter kind of people are like, yeah, I want to get fit, but I don't want it to be too hard, right? So those type of women, I'm going to give them more of a 1 pound per week weight loss plan. I'm going to make it a little bit easier. But be realistic with yourself and know yourself. We all want that 2 pounds a week weight loss. Just don't set yourself up for disappointment. If you know that you're not that type of person, if you know I'm not going to show up at level 100, plan a little bit less. Plan that 1 pound per week or an average of 1.5. Right? Tell me, did you guys know that 1 to 2 pounds per week was the amount of weight we are aiming to lose? Or in your brain, did you always think it would be a different number, a bigger number, or even a smaller number? What amount of weight loss did you think was like a normal amount to lose per week in a fitness program? All right, I'm going to let you guys sneak in on the comments when you can. All right. So some things to remember is I often emphasize pounds of body fat, not pounds of weight. I try not to say lose weight because weight means so many things, but body fat means specifically body fat. Caitlin says 1 pound. All right, good. Yeah, that's definitely like a very normal, healthy amount of weight to lose. I find a lot of women who come to me will say like, oh, I kind of want to lose like 8 to 10 pounds a week. And I'm like, yo, that's wild. I couldn't even imagine losing 10 pounds in a week. That would be so insane. And if you do lose 10 pounds in a week, if you do, it's water. So Ursula says, I used to think 3 to 4 was doable, but I've learned over the years 1 to 2 is normal. Yeah. And some weeks we're going to see more weight loss and some weeks we're going to see less, right? Our bodies are wild things. Sometimes we have our period and it's like we're holding more weight and that kind of thing. But it's more of that average. So thank you guys so much for answering that question. Okay, so pounds of body fat, not pounds of weight. You do need to firmly understand this because the scale doesn't show a smaller number. It doesn't Okay, when the scale shows a smaller number, it doesn't mean that you lost body fat necessarily. Our body, every cell in our body can hold water. Okay, so much water can be held in our body depending on how much salt we've had, depending on how many fat cells we have in our body, depending on like what we've eaten, how many carbs we've eaten, because carbs allows us to store more water in our muscle, all sorts of things. So, okay, I'll get one more time back on my soapbox. So that is why when people do keto and they lose these significant amounts of water or weight, is because when you don't eat carbs, your body can't hold water in the muscle. And then all of your muscles deflate and lose all of their water. And it looks like you're losing so much weight, but you're just dehydrating your muscles. You're just turning into a human raisin. Okay? Getting back off. So, body fat is really hard to measure. Okay? To get an exact measurement of body fat, you have to have an electric current go through your body, which we don't always, barely, rarely ever have access to. But measurements with a measuring tape are really close second, especially if you are measuring certain parts of your body. So, for example, above your bicep, right underneath your belly button, the widest point of your thigh, the upper part of your hips, those parts of our body, especially as women, hold body fat right there, right? Those spots are literally where we store body fat. Okay. So when we are measuring those places and we see a change in measurement in those places, we know that we are reducing body fat. Does that make sense to you guys? Have you guys ever done a program where you've had to measure yourself before? Has that ever been something that you guys have done? Because I knew it was pretty new for me when I first started doing bodybuilding to have to like measure. I was like, man, this is intense. This is a lot for me. You guys ever done measuring? I wish there was no leg, but that's okay. I love you guys, and I will handle the leg for you. Okay, Ursula says yes. Yeah, measuring is a lot better tool than just the scale. The scale is cool. It's a vanity metric, right? It's like, it's telling us so little about what we are actually made of. Janet says yes. Okay, all right. So you guys have done this before. Caitlin's done it before too. Okay, cool. So we've all done measurements, but when I do measurements, it's kind of my focus more than the scale. But of course, we do incorporate the scale because if our goal is to lose that 20 pounds of body fat, we need to be able to do both. So again, I want to reiterate that losing more than 2 pounds per week is really hard on your body. It can fuck up your hormones. It can really slow down your metabolism. And the thing that I always am stressing is that your skin cannot catch up to weight loss that big. All right. So if you've ever seen someone who was really significantly large and lost a ton of weight and they have sagging skin on their body, it's because they lost weight too quickly. So I usually recommend when people are losing lots of weight or have like a really big fitness journey ahead of them, it's even more important to not try and burst that 2 pounds per week. And that can be challenging when you're really a lot bigger because your body wants to get rid of that fat when you are a lot bigger. So when I'm saying a lot bigger, I mean people who are losing, 80 to 100 pounds plus. We have to be more careful so that we don't have that irreversible skin sag. But any body, like my body can do that, your body can do that. If we're losing weight too quickly, we cannot catch up. I don't know if you guys have known that before, but personally in my life, like my husband, this happened to him, and it's been a really devastating issue for him because he lost like 80 to 100 pounds, and his body, it will always, always, always have sags. It will always have this skin. And there's nothing wrong with that skin, but I've just seen him struggle with it. And I don't want anyone else to have to struggle with it if they don't have to. Okay. All right. So let's make sure that we really got this. Okay. I want you to write all this down. So your body weight in pounds times 11 plus 400 is your maintenance calories. Okay, and you can write down this equation if you want to do it with your friends or your family, because it's a pretty cool little equation to have on hand. Then we're going to take our maintenance and we're going to subtract 300 to 500 to get our caloric deficit. All right, 300 if you aren't needing to lose weight really aggressively or you want to ease into it. 500 if you're more kind of ready to go, raring to go. Adding in 500 calories burned daily through movement equals 1 pound lost per week. All right. Both the diet and the exercise together, you lose 2 pounds per week. Okay. When doing that, you can lose 20 pounds in 10 weeks. All right. Tell me, what do you think? Is that simple enough? Did I kind of help make this really mystical, weight loss journey a little bit simpler for you? Does this make you feel like you've got a little bit more of a handle on it? I'd love to know, because a lot of people try and mystify fitness, and I want to take away a little bit of the mystery. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Janet says yes. All right, guys. So that is my lesson for today about losing 20 pounds in 10 or 12 weeks or less. Caitlin says for sure. Okay. I'm really glad. I'm glad that this is making it a little bit more simple and easy to understand, that fitness doesn't have to be this crazy thing that you're doing. You don't have to eat crazy broccoli and chicken and everything has to be in a container and you have to have all the vitamins. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go to that extreme. All you have to do is reduce your calories a bit, 300 to 500, increase your movement 300 to 500, and you will lose weight. You will. You can't not. All right. Ashley says this is just pure motivation. Woo woo. Okay, I'm so glad. All right, guys. Now we're gonna move on to the fun thing, because I have the raffle for who's gonna win free coaching, and I've got it in my hat. Can I get a virtual drum roll, please? All right. I'm not looking. Oh. All right. Who's it gonna be? I've got Kia Henriksen. I don't think Kia is here on our call, but she has been watching every day because she works at nighttime. So Kia Henriksen. Oh, this would be way more fun if she was here. But she won. Okay, but that doesn't mean you guys are fucked. I've got stuff for you too, because you guys have been here and I'm really appreciating all of your energy being here. Okay. She gave me a virtual drum roll. Yes, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. I'm so thankful for all of you. All right, congrats to Kia. It would be more fun if she was here, but what I've got for everyone else is $250 off of coaching as a thank you, as a gift, and I've also got some other stuff, some bonuses too. So everyone who's active in the group, everyone who's been coming to the calls, commenting on the photos, doing their part, I'm going to DM each of you a code to get $250 off of coaching. All right. If you've worked with me before, I will DM you, because you aren't going to do the same program again. You'll come into the VGF Academy, which is what we do after the 12 weeks. And that's normally $200 a month after our first 3 months. But I'll give you guys a special deal on that. So if you've never worked with me, if you have no clue how my coaching goes, I have something called the transformation experience, which is 3 months. Okay. And in those 3 months, I work with you hardcore. I am in your business. I am up in your grill. I am helping you lose your first 20 pounds, teaching you your mindset. I am making sure that you are going to be successful. And then once we've gotten through those 3 months, the price goes down, because you don't need me to hold your hand. You don't need me to carry you as much. And it's called the VGF Academy. And it's a lot less a month because, again, you're already thriving. You're soaring. It gets easier. So, again, if you've worked with me before, I have a special discount for you. If you've never worked with me before, $250 off this first one. Lots of women have gone through this program. Lots and lots and lots. I would say at least 200 at this point have gone through this program. And the average person loses 20 pounds. Okay, this is tried and true. I'm not just blowing smoke out of my butt. It really does work. All right. Okay, so what you can expect from this program, if you don't know about it, is again, our first goal is to try and get you that first 20 pounds lost. All right, there's a personalized meal plan. It's not some cookie cutter, Google Doc. It is not that at all. I take your income into account. I take where you live into account. I take what you have available to you. If you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, no matter what is going on with your food situation, I will make you a plan that goes with that. Okay. I also do tailored workout programs depending on how much equipment you have available to you. If you're going to the gym, if you're staying home, that kind of thing. No matter what, I will make a program that works for you and your goals. Of course, you're going to get mindset training. This is just a taste of the mindset training that I deliver in my program because mindset training is the core, it is the root, it is what we grow from. So, yeah, please expect mindset training if you come here. I also have a humongous accountability system. So every week, you're going to send me your measurements. You're going to send me your weight, your pictures, and I'm going to send you a personal video back. All right. Usually 5 to 10 minutes long, talking about any suggestions that I have for you and really talking through your check-in so that you every single week are getting a tune-up from me. All right. Then I also do one-on-one strategy sessions. These are hour-long sessions once a month where we dive into everything that's going good, everything that's going bad, and I personally create you strategies to get past any roadblocks that you've been stuck on. All right. So some fun bonuses this time around is there's a cookbook in there. I have an emotional eating workbook. I have a mental health strategies video with lessons and worksheets around that. And then also right now, I'm doing in-person training sessions. So I do one in-person training session with you just as a bonus for joining in January. If you are across the country, I will do a virtual training session with you in your house where we'll go over form, we'll go over all your equipment, and I'll try and give you the absolute total experience through Zoom, all right? Because I'm pretty much a Zoom master by the end of this pandemic, let me tell you. So total value for all of those things. So normally this is sold at $1,700 plus the bonuses. So total value is usually $1,950. But because you guys get the $250 off, and because I'm adding in those bonuses, you're saving $700. It's $1,250. So there are payment plans. If $1,250 isn't sitting in your pocket, it's not really sitting in mine right now. But all budgets are welcome. I'm not Oprah, so I'm not judging anyone who wants a payment plan. That's for sure. Okay. Oh, it doesn't work, but I have a little video. I made a sheet. Internet, not a sheet. Oh my gosh. I have words. It's called a website. I have a website that explains everything about this coaching. So if you want to think about it, if you want to look over it, if you want to read through it, I've got a whole page where you can do just that. All right. And I am only going to take on 10 clients. So back in the day, I used to take on a lot more clients. And I realized that it's not so fun for me and it's not so fun for my clients when there's too many people. So I keep it in January at 10 or less so that I can give you guys full on attention. Okay. I really want you to succeed. And I want to make sure no matter what, that you're getting all of the attention you need from me. All right. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat for you guys to check it out if you'd like later. No problem. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I have. Thank you guys so much for joining me this week. I've had such a blast, really. Like, you guys have been such a great group of women, and I'm really so thankful for all of your positive energy. And yeah, thank you guys for coming out. I hope we get to work together more. DM me, email me. If you have any questions, I'd love to connect with you. Okay, guys? All right. Well, I will call it. I will leave it for now, and I hope to hear from you guys all soon. And I'll probably be in the Facebook chat and up in your emails anyway. So I hope you guys have a lovely night and talk again soon. Bye, guys.